Welcome to the Global Nerds. We took a short break because there was a lot of the same topics we've been covering for a while, and this is probably going to be no different. We got Mark with one less tooth.
Nice.
We got Philip with one less hair, and we got Shy. Chris will probably be joining us later. Same with Darrell, hopefully. But we got to talk about Disney. Disney. You keep failing us.
What's happening with Disney? I know a few things like with the Bambi thing and stuff like that, but what are we? What's Disney done now?
Well, Bambi was one thing, but they've canceled 2 major movies that were supposed to come out.
Which movies?
We got Rachel Zegler being fired from Snow White, but it doesn't really matter because the movie was so terrible for viewings. They're booting it. And then, of course, with Disney's Marvel, they're canceling the Marvels.
How? What?
Right after they dropped the trailer.
The movie hasn't even came out yet.
Yep.
Yeah, well, let's start with the Rachel thing, because with Rachel, she can't be fired because it's already been done. So I know a lot of people have been talking about it, saying like, oh, she's fired, she's no longer here anymore. But the film's been finished. It's in post production. It's coming out next year. So
fired or not, the controversy is going to sink the film before it even comes out.
Oh yeah, like 100% on that one. Like 100%. Like she's massively fucked up.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that apparently she's the reason her manager has a drinking problem.
Really? Dear God.
Believe it.
I don't know if it's true, but it sounds too accurate not to be.
Yeah, like can you just imagine? It's like Bob, we got Rachel in the waiting room. All right, let me just get some whiskey. I'm just gonna make it a double. Fuck it, triple. It's somewhere. It's 9 a.m. somewhere. Just downing it. You're like, just send her in. Just fucking send her in.
Shit, I believe it. I mean, shoot, like you know the shit she's been pulling for the past 3-4 months now. Like shit.
Yeah. And that's why she's actually been quote unquote fired. I guess stuff has been coming out that her other production or movies that she was supposed to star in, our favorite Wednesday Addams has taken over at least a couple of them, and the others are just like, no, we saw what you did to Snow White, the one that's supposed to be hitting the theaters next year. No, we don't want that for our movie. We don't want the negativity.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more the fact that maybe Rachel's not had proper training. Like if I was in a job or if I was acting in something that I couldn't stand, if someone turned around to me and went, so what do you think about this? I would just be like, I love it. I am so glad that I've been able to do this. It's one of my favorite things. Even if like a few months down the line, articles came out and was just like, yeah, like Mark fucking hates this. I'd just be like, I don't care because I'm meant to be promoting the series. I'd rather be found out as a liar rather than I'm destroying my career.
I feel like it can work, like redoing an old story or an old concept, but it needs to like sort of, I feel like it works best when it makes a new twist on something from the old version, not like gonna fucking wreck it,
Yeah, like personally, I just think that why would you go around and say stuff like, I've got to admit, I think my favorite thing that's come out of any of her interviews is the weird, like I love it. Like, don't care. I think it's ridiculously funny. But the fact is,
you like that? That was annoying.
No, I just find it weird. Like you could put it in so many different things. If you're like making videos, you'd be like, "Oh man, I just found this weird," and then you play that clip, and it's like weird.
Well, yeah.
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 I just kind of think in the long run that no one's going to want to work with her for a long time, and not unless she goes on this whole massive redemption arc, and it's just like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. And it's like, but Rachel, you've been kicked off Paddington Bear. Like, fucking
That's terrible.
Paddington. Like, have you?
I did not know about that.
Yeah, she got fired from Paddington
Yeah.
3. Have you seen Paddington Bear?
I have not seen it, but I heard good things about it.
The second movie is incredible. It'll change your life. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Yeah. So if you imagine the most wholesome film that's ever made, like, there's nothing. Like, it's just a good film. And it's like, you've been fired from Paddington Bear. Like, how could you live that down? Like, if I was Rachel's friend, and the way that I would be, any argument, like, well, you just got fired from Paddington 3. How do you deal with that one? Oh, Paddington didn't want you calling. Just fucking just weird ass shit for Rachel.
I know with this whole debacle with Gal Gadot, I'm probably pronouncing her last name wrong. I'm sorry.
I think it's Godot. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
She's getting affected by this now, thanks to Rachel.
Yeah, I heard she said something that just like, well, okay, let me put it this way. I saw one of those videos in my feed that's like, Gal Gadot destroys Rachel Zegler. I didn't click on it. I didn't really care, but like I saw it. Did it happen, or?
I mean, wasn't she like the main one instigating her shit?
I think.
Wait, what?
The only stuff that I've seen of Gal doing this sort of stuff is when it comes to that one thing that she had, that interview with Rachel, and it just turned around and it went way too far. And I think it was more like, so what's the story of Snow White? Well, she's not going to need no man to come save her. You're like, right. And then I think she just turned around and was like, yeah, she doesn't need nothing. And it's just like, fucking hell. Like, you've got more training than anyone when it comes to this. And yet you've fallen down the trap of, oh shit, I've been Zeglered.
I mean, like, the thing, what's funny about it is it doesn't even sound that bad at first, but then you think about it for a second and you're like, okay, so she defines herself just by being ambitious and strong and kicking ass on her own. Are we talking about Snow White or the evil queen? Like, what makes her different there?
I know one video I watched. Who's the real evil queen? Is it Gal or is it Zegler?
Oh man, I mean, like, it probably doesn't make her evil, but like, I don't know, like the difference was always like one had humanity. Like, even at her lowest point, she was still brave enough to put so much love out into the world, and that's why she had people around her when the queen was alone in the end. Like, I just don't know if she gets. I don't know if she gets that.
Well,
nope.
I think the main story of Snow White's changed. It's not the same as what it once was. It's the whole fact that evil queen wanted to get rid of like Snow White because of how beautiful she was and stuff like that. And now it's changed to the point where the evil queen wants to like take over other countries or something like that, and it's about an uprising. And there's me just going, why can't you just tell the story? And that's the reason why we've got rid of the evil, the seven dwarfs aren't dwarfs, they're magical creatures. And I think that's, to me personally, it's just like, stop fucking with the story.
If the evil queen just wants to invade other countries, why does she need to kill Snow White for that?
Because she's the princess, the heir, to everything. Get rid of her, and then you can do it. I'm definitely sure. Hang on.
Did they think Snow White is Game of Thrones or something?
Probably. Like I will say this, right? So Rachel Zegler is a good-looking woman, and Gal Gadot is a very good-looking woman. So they can't go on the whole thing of like the evil queen wants to get rid of Snow White for her looks, because to be fair, Gal Gadot will literally just destroy everything.
Like, it's beauty's a subjective thing. There might be plenty of guys who find Rachel Zegler more attractive.
Well, it's true, but I think,
to be honest with that whole thing, if they wanted to go more quote unquote woke, just get a trans woman. Just pull a Bud Light, get a trans woman in there, and call it a day. And I realized my phone is not.
Bro, how would that work though?
The last
company exactly.
They could do that with the best intentions, but the last company that did that pretty much went broke. You think they're gonna do that?
At
Disney
this point,
like 100% Disney won't. Well, they're going downhill right now.
Oh my god, they're dying. They're like, I thought that this was just like another bad phase for them, but this is something else. They might be dying.
Well, they're not making as much money. They're putting so much money into other projects, and it's not coming back. I mean, they're releasing Bambi, and the one thing that they're going to get rid of from Bambi is the scene with the mother dying. So they're going to try and make it less traumatizing. That's the pinnacle
of the movie. You can't take that out.
What? Did Bambi just like, does he just move out of his mom's house or something?
No,
it's like, time to become a man, pay my bills in this forest.
No, it's really, I don't know. I'm only hearing like a few things at the moment, but it is down to the whole point of where they want, like, Bambi's very traumatic apparently. It didn't affect me. I have seen it, and it didn't make me go, oh no, as a child. But apparently it has affected some people, so they're going to try and make it less traumatizing. And I'm just like, what's Bambi going to do? Like, how?
I don't mean to sound callous here, but you know what? I'm just going to say it. Kids are tougher than we give them credit for. They can take it. Toughen them up a little.
Yeah.
And of course, we get the whole people that are afraid it's going to go woke. Like,
what does woke even mean anymore, honestly?
I don't know.
Yeah. To be fair,
before woke was woke was called PC, and then PC evolved into being woke.
Didn't the word woke start with the Black Lives Matter movement? Like, wasn't it just completely hijacked after that?
No, I think it's been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's a term now where I think it's meant to kind of insult, and to me personally, it just loses all stuff. You're woke, all right?
Yeah.
You're not going to say anything. No.
It's just become a catch-all term for like something someone doesn't like.
Yeah, exactly. Like when
pretty much.
Yeah, it's like when you hear people go like, "Oh, Power Rangers is woke." It's like, no, it's been fucking woke since day one. Like, what? Like, I can't figure out why it's changed, because no, I guarantee if in the 90s you could have had a lesbian couple or a gay couple, then they would have put it in. But obviously back then it's not, it wasn't a big thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, wasn't it theorized that Adam was gay the entire time?
No, he went off.
When?
No, he went off with, like, he got girls and stuff like that. So it was never meant for him to be gay or anything like that. As far as I know, that's never been a thing. Because I think he was meant to have something like with Tanya at some point, and then that never went anywhere, because back then you're not allowed to have girls. You're not allowed to have relationships, or the leaders are meant to have relationships, and that's it.
So Tommy was the only one that was meant to get girls. Apparently.
It was just Tommy. That's it. No one else in the Power Rangers could have a relationship. It was just Tommy.
I mean, Tommy was Tommy, man. He's the only one I'd want to have a relationship with.
I don't know. I'd quite like to have it with Kat.
Oh yeah, true. But like, I will say, like, add this one last point onto the Snow White convo. I mean, like, I always interpreted it as the whole point was Snow White was fairer than the evil queen because she just had a better heart, you know?
Yeah, and Rachel Zegler's interpretation of Snow White.
No heart.
Okay. Well,
no heart.
I could see Heart of a Warrior. Okay.
Could be.
Okay. I can buy that. I can buy that. What's her motivation to go after the evil queen? In the original, it was because the evil queen was the stepmother, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, it was to get rid of of how she looked and stuff like that, and then it led to the point with like she had to die effectively. So yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen Snow White.
Snow White was, in most versions, Snow White's just chilling. The evil queen's trying to kill her.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, you drove her. Sorry to interrupt. You've driven her out of the kingdom, and then she goes and lives in the forest.
And she's just vibing in the forest, minding her own business. But the evil queen's like, "No, she's still alive. Fucking die, bitch."
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna bring it up again. Once Upon a Time did it better.
Yeah.
Oh look, evil queen saves Snow White from a rampant horse. Okay. Snow White accidentally told a secret that she wasn't supposed to. Okay. Motivation, execution. Oh look, now they're in a slight war, and they're still trying to become family in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing that Once Upon a Time did well was Regina. The evil queen in that show is dope.
I'm so rewatching it.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but that sounds like 10 times better. I think when it comes to Disney, like I think they've got to stop doing bringing up like things that they think people want to see, because at the end of the day, I don't have any intentions of going to see Snow White next year. If it pops up on Disney Plus and I still have it, yeah, fine, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to go out of my way just to go like, oh shit, I kind of need to watch this right now.
And at the end of the day, no matter how bad Rachel Zegler makes it seem, at the end of the day, the movie still hasn't come out yet. So there's a chance that it could be better than she's making it sound. Like, I'm just going to go my usual route about it. I'm going to wait for the reviews. If they're good, I'll bounce in. Yeah.
So, Darrell, do you have any thoughts on this craziness process?
None at all. The only Snow White movie I care about is the one with Charlize Theron. That is it.
She's good in that one. Oh my god,
yep.
Yeah. The rest of the movie, give or take, but she just does such a good job at making you believe this was a person once before she just became a monster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So speaking of race swapping and crazy quote unquote wokeness, Castlevania race swapped a very important character in Nocturne.
And which character? What was that?
That is Annette. That is the main character, Richter Belmont's lover and Maria's friend. And not only that, but the whole premises of the first 3 episodes, from what I watched, and that I've been seeing a lot about, is vampires and slavery.
Yeah, that's the premise I got from it. Vampires, slavery, and basically a revolution to basically free the slaves from vampires.
Which can happen with vampires. I believe one of the main vampires in the first series, so to speak, kept a lot of them as humans as pets. Basically.
Are you talking about the first Castlevania series or this current one?
Both. Because I believe one of the main vampires comes back from the first part of the series.
So I know in the first series, Camilla, she comes back after basically being away from Dracula's castle. She comes back with her crew, and I forget one of her I forget the other one's name. I think it's Lenore, something like that. It's one of her let's say goons, basically enslaves one of Dracula's former, as you would say, slaves, and basically makes him her pet. She basically enslaves, what's his name, Hector from the first series, and makes him her pet.
Right, but
which is fucked up.
Yeah, and we can see from this series that it is time-based, so we can actually see them being slaves or pets and having a revolution going, okay, we need someone to cleanse the vampires because this is ridiculous.
Right, shoot, 250 years later, and they're still fucking up shit.
Yep, but there was no need to race swap Annette. Do I think her design looks amazing? Oh, hell yes. They have been doing very well for reimaginings of these characters, redesigns and everything. Even the story flow's really nice.
Right, now I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, so I'm not gonna do that. But there are certain parts in the story so far that do drop off for me personally. So the story is good. It keeps your attention, but for me, certain parts of the story do drop off, especially when they start trying to explain the whole reasoning they're doing this and everything. It starts dropping off for me. I'm like, yeah, I've seen it like 1,000 times before in other reiterations of vampire movies and slave movies and stuff. So I'm like, okay, you're basically just retelling the same thing over and over again. Like, I'm sick of it.
Which is normal. I've never played Rondo of Blood, the game it's based off of, but it's definitely high on my list now. I don't know how much it's, because I'm just curious.
I think that game goes for probably about like maybe $20-something probably.
Yeah, because I believe it's a combo.
Yeah.
Anniversary
Like
collection.
Rondo of Blood, Symphony of the Night, or something like that.
And Symphony of the Night, if Netflix adapts that, that'd be. You're gonna have problems with a lot of people if they keep going that route.
Right.
And of course, we've talked about race swapping before. When the character needs it, maybe if it fits the story a little bit better, I can see a Black Annette being a part of this. It makes sense. Maybe she comes over to the Americas and helps with that revolution. Who knows?
She's the easiest person to race swap with a name like Annette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to try and race swap Richter, that'd be kind of hard to do. Like it'd be real hard to see a black version of that character, and he's called Richter. Like, wait, what?
Right.
But moving on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think on other points of the series. I can't think of anything. Well, how much of us like toys?
What toys are we talking about?
Old school Toys R Us.
Well, I don't know if we've got it.
Todd,
in the
that
UK.
was a terrible segue.
I know, I'm terrible. But that's the kookiness of it.
I'm over here dialing inside like, what the? That was terrible. Oh.
So toys
Next time.
Yeah.
No, wait, pause. You gotta redo that. Go ahead.
Oh no, we lost Chris. He was doing better than I could.
Who's a Toys R Us kid? No one, because they have been filing for bankruptcy the past 3 years, but they are coming back with 15 stores.
I heard 26.
Oh, it's 24.
Oh, that's even. Oh, wow, even better.
Oh, yep, 24 flagships.
Well, we have 9 in the UK, so
Lucky.
But you know what's not going to be at them Toys R Us stores though? Power Ranger toys.
No.
Nope, they have them on the site.
They got Power Rangers? Seriously?
Yeah, I looked it up.
We're talking
last night just because I was curious.
I'm guessing it's going to be. I mean, our Toys R Us, right, have still got, when you type in Power Rangers, comes up with a 2017 film still.
Oh.
And there's no toys whatsoever.
I'm on the website for the US. I see Heroes of the Grid. I see the role-playing game. I see Dino Fury Green.
The Lightning Connection, right?
Yeah. The remote-controlled Tommy car.
Man, bump all that. I want the weapons.
Yeah.
Bump
I'm
all
just happy
that. I
Toys R
want
Us
the
is
weapons.
back, okay? I'm in LA. Listen to me, Toys R Us people. I am in Los Angeles, in California, the mecca of stores and inflation. You guys need a Toys R Us out here so we can go and experience it, okay? I haven't been to Toys R Us since I was like, 18, 17 years old?
Yeah, something like that for me as well. We had one 2 hours away. And oh god, I just miss Toys R Us because they had the consoles that you could preview games with before you buy. Oh jeez, it was amazing.
Man, Toys R Us had pretty much everything you could want.
When we had the Toys R Us around here, all we would do is just go look around and go, all right, cool, and then just walk back out because all the toys were ridiculously expensive. I know for a fact that when they brought out Samurai, it would be something like past Megaforce, and they'd still have Samurai toys on the shop floor, and it was just a problem because Bandai were going to go fix it, but then it got to the point where it was just way too late, fucking way too late, and everything was like still priced at like £30. It's like, who's going to buy like a Power Ranger Samurai figure for £30 when you could find it online for like £5? It was all shit, but at least Toys R Us just died, and I've never really missed it that much.
I mean, shoot, for it to be dead for the past 6 years and making a comeback, so I'm happy about it because that's part of my childhood coming back.
Yeah.
Shoot, but if they were to really, if they really wanted to make people excited again, not only would you bring Toys R Us back, you would bring Circuit City back, and you would bring KB Toys back. You would bring those three stores back, and you would have everybody in a whole uproar of excitement.
I'm so sorry. I actually jumped in on this one. How do you guys feel about Toys R Us coming back?
Like I said before, I'm excited.
I just hope it lasts.
I mean, I think it's going to, only because, like, for the older people, for the older people that are in their 30s now that, probably wanted to, see, the Toys R Us or something. It'll probably last for them because, they'll probably just go in there, see what's like, buy some stuff, and then just go about their business. I don't think the younger generation will really care about it. The older generation would be ecstatic about it.
I think also you have to like have a business model, because I don't think you can also have like the whole name behind the brand. Like, Toys R Us are great. Yeah, I remember it when I was a kid, and those Christmas adverts and all that. That's absolutely amazing. But the fact is that Toys R Us failed to do what some of the other companies have got. So like over here in the UK, we have like The Entertainer and Smith's Toys. But the majority of the fact is, like, they've survived where Toys R Us haven't. But Toys R Us didn't take advantage. They were the biggest name out there. Like, it was, you're a Toys R Us kid, and that was it. But the fact is, they never grew with it. And you kind of think that hopefully now they will, to kind of like stick with the trends, stick with the times, rather than be like, oh, I hope the name of our brands like comes out. Oh, I hope that works. And it's like, no, we need to see proper business. You have the advantage. Don't fuck this up. Because if it's like next year, Toys R Us has just gone under, why bother pumping money into that? Why the fuck would you want to do that?
I mean, my feelings of it on it are kind of mixed-ish. Like, I don't care all that much, but I remember Toys R Us being cool. Yeah, I'd check it out if it came back.
Yeah, just to see what they've done differently with it. Like I said,
Yeah.
Toys R Us coming back for me is probably like the best news I've heard all week. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you wanted to get people like more excited, you would bring Toys R Us back, which they're doing. You would bring Circuit City back, which I wish they would do, but that's not happening. And you would bring KB Toys back, because I'm pretty sure every single person in this room has went to KB Toys when they were younger, at least once when they were younger, and did not want to leave.
I can say
At
that
least.
I've never ever liked KB Toys. I've never interacted with it, blah blah blah, because we didn't have it over here in the UK. So
Okay,
no,
you get a pass.
yeah, I get what you mean. You know, it's the fact that you want that experience again, and I feel like I think these companies can come back, but they have to kind of embrace the times. You know, what was it that made them fall under? What was it that made them go out of business? And look at that model. Look at, like, say, Blockbuster and Netflix, where Blockbuster never embraced. If Blockbuster had jumped on the streaming service at the same time as, like, say, Netflix, I guarantee people would be like, I'm going to go watch Blockbuster tonight. Awesome. What's on Blockbuster? Because it has its name. Where now, if they came back, which I'm sure that they will do at some point, it's because people are tired of streaming. Like, you know, they can hone in on I'm going, today we're going to take the family, or I'm going to go down to Blockbuster today and I'm going to rent a DVD or a Blu-ray because it's what we used to do. Popcorn, you know, that extra stuff. Oh man, those are the days. But if Blockbuster jumped on the streaming service, I think that they could easily take down like the giants because they have their name. Let's have a look how many Blockbuster stores. I know there's one Blockbuster store. It's like in like really remote place.
Yeah, the only Blockbuster store left in the world is in Ohio, I think.
Yeah, it's because they don't have really good internet, which is perfect because there's just one and it's in Oregon.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. But because if they've not got internet, it's like, damn, you want to do it. Or people have it for nostalgia. You know, they did an entire whole TV series on it as well. You know, I don't know. Like, I remember when we had Blockbuster over here. I remember the smell. I remember the excitement of looking for video games to rent for a weekend or something like that. You know, and I miss that sort of stuff. I mean, I would wholeheartedly love that sort of thing again. But again, they'd have to move with the times. Otherwise, I don't want it to be like, well, it's been like 2 months and now they're gone.
Yeah, true.
And in my town, we had Blockbuster for maybe 2-3 months, but we also had Hastings and one other video rental store. You would go to all three of them just to find the right movie or game to rent for that weekend.
Did you have a Hollywood with a video?
No. I would have to ask Dungeons and Dugouts owner where she managed, because she managed one of the rental stores. I just can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
It's interesting how all these companies now are slowly coming back. Maybe it's the time. Maybe they've foreseen it in the future and gone, fuck it, boys. Yeah, we'll make a comeback. We'll make a living. Let's live on that nostalgia once again.
Yeah, nostalgia is a powerful thing now.
Shoot. What's the old saying? What the old saying is, even though it goes for like fashions and fads, it's a full circle. So eventually, it's gonna come up back around.
Yeah, I'm honestly probably at least at first going to buy very little, if anything at all. I'm at a point where right now I don't really have space for toys at the moment.
Same here.
But,
Same.
But I still get my fill from looking around the Lego store. What I really want, I want the dream to come real, baby. I want the motherfucking Bionicle store.
Please?
Bruh, Bruh. Yes. Fucking yes.
Oh
Need
my
that
god.
shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, I promise I'm not going to stray too off topic here, but have you guys seen the trailers for Bionicle Massive Power?
I
No.
have not.
That game
Is
looks
it?
so fucking dope, dude. It
It
looks
is the game
so
that I
fucking
sent you,
cool.
right?
I think you did send it to me, yeah.
Yeah,
You,
they are
you sent
putting a lot of effort into that game.
Yeah, you sent me a few of them actually. The 1,000 Year Door remake and the Little Nightmares 3. You sent me that one too. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm so fucking excited for Little Nightmares 3.
I'm guessing that the game is coming out on a PlayStation, the Bionicle one.
I think it's PC actually. It's a fan made game.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the theme for it is really good. They brought Cryo Shell back. Had that band do a song with Essinger. It's called As Above, So Below. It's really, really good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I might be doing a replay through of the old GameCube game. God, what have I done to myself?
Yeah. The Montanui
Ooh.
online game, man, that was the best Bionicle game.
Yeah, those PS2 GameCube games. Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
and the GBA games were just wow.
Right. Man, shoot, not. I'm kind of well, I'm not upset about it, but I kind of wish now I didn't sell half of my PS2 games.
Yeah, I refuse to sell my PS2, especially with like all the Star Wars games. As
Right.
a wise man once said, it's a system we cannot afford to lose. That's an Obi-Wan quote.
Nice,
Yeah, I had
nice.
to rebuy my PS3 because I wanted to play a bunch of games on it.
Shoot,
Dude, yeah.
those games now going for like $300. Oh my god, god damn. There is no way in hell.
So moving on to the next one, the
That was cool.
Yandere dev situation.
Oh my God, this. What do you guys know about this yet?
Nah, Chris, you want to take the reins on this one?
Yeah, sure. It hurts, man. I mean, so Yandere Dev, for those of you who don't know, he's the creator of an independent game called Yandere Simulator. It's basically been in the works for 7 years without a lot of progress, and it turns out the reason why no progress was being made, apparently no, not apparently, it's been confirmed he's been doing this. He's been freaking sexualizing children, sending inappropriate messages to underage fans, trying to groom them. Yeah, turns out he's another weird, creepy internet dude. And this is a 35, 36-year-old man, I think.
Yeah, he's he's been a weird one over the years. I don't know too much about it, like about what he's like, but apparently, yeah, he's been a very weird person over the years, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, but it's one of these sorts of people that because he thinks he's been making this game, he has all this power, so he could treat you however he thought you would be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I'm just like, at the end of the day, it's a simulator where you go around and you go after your senpai and you want to kill people, and that's it. And I'm just like, I get the game would have probably been a first of its kind, but it's been in development for such a long time. Like it's never going to get finished. Like you kind of think that because he's doing it on his own as well, like you kind of think you'd get the base game done, then sort it all out, the extra parts that you want. But after he came out and like all this stuff that he'd been like having inappropriate stuff with a minor, like apparently she was 9 like she messaged when he was 9.
I think it was more than one
hell
minor.
No.
I think it was more than one. More than one, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to jail.
And the thing is, the guy's got the temerity to try to claim victimhood. Like basically, one of these fans, 16 years old, basically she took screenshots of their interactions, and she basically said like, I have evidence that you are a creep now, and he basically tried to claim abuse. He tried to claim that she was taking advantage of a power dynamic. A 35-year-old man said this to a 16-year-old girl who he'd been trying to groom. And he has the fucking audacity to claim victimhood there.
Wow. Just wow. There's something really wrong with society now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't personally I don't get it. Like you kind of think like if you ever went down that road, you know that you'd be like, I'm never going to like speak of this. But then why would you even want to? Like it just it doesn't make sense in my eyes. Like me personally, I absolutely despise that stuff and be like, whoa, like whoa, like even just thinking about it just annoys the shit out of me so much. But yeah, like what do they get out of it? Like that's the one thing is like what do you get out of it?
I mean, true, as Chris said, it's a power thing.
Yeah, I mean I get power to some degree, but you know at some point it's like you've got to go out and touch grass. You've got to get rid of this whole thing of like if I talk to this person it'll be fine. Like the second, like at the end of the day, you don't know how old anyone is when you start talking to them. But the second they go like, "Oh, I'm this," no, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
See you later.
At a certain, like, I mean, if you're going for a minor, that's just gross and fucked up. Period.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that is a literal child.
Yeah. Like I know, depending on what sort of situation, like if you're a YouTuber, whatever, like that you could gain the younger audience, but then you have to kind of think, if you're going to interact with them, you literally make sure that you just go, if someone goes, I like your videos, awesome, thank you for the support, and that's it. If someone goes like, oh, I want to do, no, you back over there, child, no.
Right.
Fucking horror. To me personally, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's disappointing too. Because I mean, it's honestly kind of heartbreaking because there was a time where I did kind of admire Yandere Dev. I mean, like the game was never good. I never got I never got the appeal of that fucking game. And in hindsight, like, have any of you guys played it?
I have not played it.
No.
Oh, okay. I'll throw you for a loop for that one.
Go for it, Ty.
Play Untitled Goose Game?
Yeah, I played that one.
Oh yeah, Rake in the Lake, baby.
It's just as good.
Yeah.
Oh, only with anime girls and other things. Who cares about the going after a guy? It's the weird crap you can do in this game.
I mean, okay. It definitely has it. Like, I think we're sort of. I honestly didn't like it. So, sorry, you go first. You weren't done. My bad. I got excited there. Carried away. Sorry.
Well, that's just basically it. It's a sandbox game like GTA and Untitled Goose Game where you can just say, screw the story. I want to see how many dead bodies I can hide before someone actually notices me.
Boom.
Or just do random crap. Like, that's what it was at least years ago when my buddy Bear played it. It's just random crap. I'm going to do this random thing, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
From what I heard of it, is I really liked the thought of it because I thought it was something like unique, and it was something that no one's ever done, which I thought, great. I think this is something that would work really, really well. But it's one of those games that you hear that it comes out or it never gets finished because there's so much to do. Like, again, if I was building a game like this one, I would want to get the basic game done. Like, here's the beginning of the story, here's the end, and then add in stuff. Make it so people can play it and then carry it on like much later. But from what I've been hearing, it's just the guy's just a creep, and it's never going to get finished because no one is going to want to be associated with that game. Like, I didn't think you could even play it. I thought maybe it was only beta testers and stuff. And I did want to play it at the very beginning, but now I don't want anything to do with the game.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it works in concept. I mean, I like sort of stealth action games. I mean, Hitman getting to do all this crazy shit as an assassin, like it's just so much goddamn fun. But like the programming is so buggy. It is so poorly designed with no improvement again over 7 years, and when you look back on it in hindsight, I mean, this is a grown man sexualizing characters who are supposed to be in high school. So in hindsight, you can definitely see just like, yeah, the guy was definitely a creep then too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than when fucking Japan does it with their anime. So I mean,
Yeah, I was about to say,
I mean,
in his defense,
they are animated.
yandere is a thing in Japan,
Yeah.
and it's definitely a plot point that you can put in a game. And
Yeah.
this game, if you just want to play it for fun, just to screw around with people, go for it. But I agree with you guys. It was made, depending on his intent in the beginning, it may have looked fun for a while. It just went downhill.
Yeah, and there are genuinely a lot of fun videos out there just breaking down how bad a coder this guy is. I mean, like Yandere Dev, he is a garbage coder.
And that is why we have mods.
Yeah. And this thing was going for 7 years. If he was really putting effort, blood, sweat, and tears into it, the game would be finished by now. It just would.
We could look at Starfield for that one. Starfield and Star.
Is it No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky, thank you.
Oh Lord.
That No Man's Sky. Oh jeez, that went through development hell the first 4 years, and it went nowhere. It was the shittiest game on the market until they released 2 different expansions and fixed their crap.
Yeah, but
even then, that didn't save it.
And one of the creators, even like, I think we might have talked about this before. Stop me if we did, but like one of the creators even admitted it was a bad game and told people to buy it anyway.
It was because of PR.
It wasn't the best, but I think the majority of is what they promised in the game was like you could go anywhere, you could do what you wanted, you could explore an entire planet, you could do so much stuff, and then when it dropped, it was just like you can't do fuck all. So
but I could definitely say when it comes to Starfield or No Man's Sky, I'll take No Man's Sky over Starfield because they started listening to the fans, and we got Bungie, who just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fuck Bungie. The problem with me with No Man's Sky is not the fact that they falsely advertised it and promised shit that they did not deliver on. It's the fact that, like was already stated, you fixed it with 2 expansion updates and then DLC events and stuff to win people over, and still that didn't fix the game. That ultimately, in my opinion, made the game even worse because you just expanded the game to the point where nobody can ever fucking beat the game ever.
Yeah.
I always think
it and then what got me with which is something small, but I mean, like, I'm a fan of it, is that they had a whole crossover event with Mass Effect, so you can actually get the Normandy ship from Mass Effect in No Man's Skies, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not bad. And when you get the ship is like bullshit, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Developers push this shit all the time, so.
I think it depends on how it's when you start saying that you want, I don't know, you want so much stuff that it just becomes like impossible. Like from a game developer way, it's like what sounds really nice. You're in a spaceship, you can go to any planet. There are 10 billion planets. You can't finish this game because there's so much stuff to do. And then all of a sudden, it sounds nice. It's like, man, I really want to go to those 10 billion planets. I want to explore. And it's like, they're going to be different sizes. One's going to be like Earth. One's going to be a super Earth. One's going to be this. One's going to be that. And then all of a sudden, it just drops down to when you get to the point where you can't code it. Like, I don't think I could go to any other place in that game if I ever played it and went, I want to explore every planet. It just doesn't. I think it just doesn't work. But when you've got bringing it back to Yandere, like to the point where that this at the time this came out, this game everybody wanted to play. So why wouldn't you hire coders? Why wouldn't you make friends in the coding community and say, hey, I need help making this? And that game could have been out like 7 years. That to me is just, that's bullshit. Like, I would never want, if I said I'm going to make a game, I would never want it. I would want 2 to 3 years on it if I was working on my own. I know I would work the hardest I could. I would not want it to be just over and still like, sorry guys, it's been 7 years now. It's not even like come out past beta. Whoopsie.
It just doesn't make any sense. You should have been more smart with it.
I think the guy wanted the money, because he was getting like $1,000 a month or something, or maybe more. And I think that he wanted the money, and that was it. If you imagine if you have loads of people coming in, like let's say this guy was getting $10,000 a month, that's more than anything. And yet, that becomes addictive. Like, oh my God, like, it's for the past 3 years, $10,000 a month, baby. It's I'm rolling in it. I'm never going to finish this game. But then at times, like, people are just going to be like, okay, cool. I'm giving you my couple of dollars a month. I'm doing this and then expecting some small things. Oh my God, like Yandere Simulator is going to have a thing where you can be a male Yandere. Oh my God. Woo. And then it's like, cool. Where is this? Oh, that'll be out in like 8 years time. So it gets to the point where this game's that was never going to be finished because the guy took on way too much. I mean, let me quickly Yandere. Let me see if I can find what the notes were for like one thing. Yeah, like you're just gonna have like a 1980s mode. Like, why the fuck would you want that straight away? You put that at the end. You could do eavesdropping. I'm just seeing what else. Like, this is just stuff I'm just seeing it on, like, searching for it online. I mean, in the notes, you could do probably cooking. Like, to be fair, like, it doesn't seem like it would have been a hard enough game to finish. So the guy must have just been addicted to money. Like, everything was there.
Maybe he was just lazy.
I think he was. He's a piece of shit.
Yandere dev is a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
should just stick to developing the game and getting coders. Simple as that.
Now, I reckon what's going to happen next for it is, if this guy turns around and goes, I'm not working on this anymore, I reckon someone's going to come in and go, let me buy it. And then they're going to finish it off and it'll be under some other person's name. I mean, I'm just looking through this guy's, like, on the, official website and stuff like that. And it's just, all it is just fan art that someone sent to him. So, like, say July 6th update. Usually I only update the game on the 1st and the 15th days of a month, but I'm making an exception today. My tasks involve changing the way the camera works, changing the way the game handles controller input, and potentially changing the way the game handles save data. If I screw up, a lot of things could break. So before uploading a brand build with these changes, I want to upload a build that is as stable as possible, so that you have a build to fall back on. If the build has stability issues, so with that in mind, I'm releasing today's build, a build that is hopefully as stable as possible with a lot of bug fixes. What the fuck can't you get all that done properly? Like, why? Why can't you do it properly? Like, I don't know. Like, I think he just wanted the money. I generally think that was it. And yeah, just looking at all this art that people have made for him. Fucking hell. It looked pretty decent too. People can do this. I mean, okay, so here's some more of them before we go on to another topic. So some of the things, in 1980s mode, rivals are going to be much harder to eliminate. Many of new types of challenge runs are going to be possible. Various parts of the school environment are going to look a lot different. You won't be able to abuse the game's most broken and imbalanced mechanic anymore. If you love it when the game gets updated. Okay, so he's just going up. Bug fixes, enable debug mode, soak any can in water. Man, this fucking game could have been finished. Happy 9th, everyone. And that was posted on the 31st of March 2023. 9 years to develop this game. Fuck.
No, that's what you call development hell.
Yeah.
That's way too long.
Yeah. Like even the comments on his recent post. I don't know if most of them are good or bad, but man, this guy's got archives of all these like posts from like 2014. You know, even people cosplaying and making TikToks about this. And it's so fucking weird. Like, oh, you can actually download it if you want. We ain't gonna do that. But yeah, man, this is fucking insane. Oh, good old Yandere Dev.
Jeez, man, I'm fucking done with that guy. God damn it.
Yes.
It makes my blood boil talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know. To me personally, I just think that this game's done and dusted. If I was the Yandere dev, I would just hand it over to people that could code it properly to say, do you want to buy the rights? You know, give me X amount of money, and then just give it off and say, there you go. There is everything you need. And then I reckon that game would come out in a year.
Yeah. Or in general, like just figure out which of your work you can outsource so you can get more of the shit that you can trust yourself with for the game done.
Yeah. You know, if at the end of the day, like, you know, you could either go through Fiverr, you could go through a few other companies, you know, or just outsource it to someone else properly. It would get the whole thing done properly. If you're getting something like again, how much money he was making and whatever, you know, people would just be like, you could pay them that much money. Oh, I get 10 grand a month, whatever it was. Oh yeah, here you go. I'm now paying someone to code all these things for me. Oh wait, that only cost me $500. Fucking hell, that's cheap. You know, get people in. But moving on to the next one. Apparently, Will Smith possibly being in the Blade movie.
Dear God, why?
I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, like, Will Smith, I think he's got acting chops. I feel like he's been getting more chances to show them. He probably could play Blade. I don't know. Like Blade's always been more of a dark horse kind of character, and Will Smith is like a major leading man. I don't know if it'd be the right fit, you know, because he's got to be stoic and a little low key, and I've never really known Will Smith to be that in his performances.
I liked him as Deadshot.
He was great. He was really good as Deadshot. He was one of the only good things about that version of Suicide Squad.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about it, personally. Like, I'm disappointed when he slapped Chris Rock, but
yeah,
I don't blame him. Sorry, let me say that again. Like, for all the stress that led up to him, I'm still not like over it. Like, I just feel like it was a bitch move. But him being in Blade to, you know, depending on the role, like I could see him being a more serious role. Like, I like it. I like his comedy stance, but I would generally like to see him in a more proper role. Like if he was Blade, then I'd see what it's like, but I still probably wouldn't trust him. Like I don't know what he would bring to the table. Is what I'm trying to say. It'd be interesting to see, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm willing to.
All that serious.
Yeah, I'm willing to give him a shot as Blade, but Ali has a little bit better acting for that role, I would say.
Right. Now, Will Smith is good in those survival type movies like I Am Legend and stuff like that, but I
Okay.
honestly can't see him as Blade.
Now that you bring up I Am Legend, after filming was done for that and it came out, I Am Legend 2 was announced.
Yep.
Here's the thing. People don't realize that, because they hadn't read the book, that Will Smith was in fact Blade in that movie. The reason I say this, he was fighting vampires the entire time. They weren't mutants.
I thought they were zombies
were-
to some degree.
Nope, they weren't zombies. They were actual vampires. And there was one vampire that stalked him every night.
Oh, yeah, because he took his mate. So
No. It was even before that. He wanted Will to join him.
okay.
Because I
This
had
is in the books.
This is in the books.
Huh.
And the original title was called the Omega Man.
I had no idea. I didn't realize that.
Not many people do.
Yeah,
Well, now they need to do a whole reboot for that movie and call it the Omega Man.
I think it'd be interesting.
I'll actually see that.
I think it'd be interesting if they did a reboot of the film. I think it'd be interesting to see how it handles, because I think it'd be quite nice. And then just have a picture of Will Smith on the side, just in a frame.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing, wasn't Mahershala Ali supposed to be Blade at one
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if Will Smith if they've changed it or not, but if Will Smith's going to be in Blade, then I don't know what like his role would be. Like at the end of the day, if he's playing a serious character, that's absolutely fine. But I'm not 100% sure of like if Will could like properly pull it off. You know, but I bet they better not have Jada Pinkett Smith in it. Fuck, they did.
Man, with what happened
God.
between her and Chris Rock, we definitely know we're not getting Madagascar 4.
Oh man,
Not with the original cast, at least.
was she in
Right.
that?
She was Gloria.
Yeah, she played Gloria.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that one at all.
I mean, like ultimately, even though that's like months ago, is technically is her fault that his legacy is in ruins now.
Like after seeing the sort of stuff where like he was on camera and Jada was like putting the camera in his face and he was just like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, why? You know, blah blah blah. And he was like, look, this is my image, is my brand. And she was just like, oh, I don't care.
It wasn't really her fault, though. I mean, she didn't put a gun to his head and make him go up on that stage and assault a guy over a joke.
I mean, she didn't, but we all saw it. Literally, it was a insensitive, tasteful joke at her expense.
It was not in good taste, but you don't go
Right.
up on stage and attack a guy. Like if you or I did that to a comedian, we get arrested. That's assault.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But instead he gets given an Oscar because of his privilege.
Right. That's what I didn't get. I'm like, wait, he just he just slapped this man on national worldwide TV and he gets a pat on the back for it? Like what?
From some people, yeah. Like some people were straight up praising him for slapping Chris Rock.
Right, like Denzel Washington. I didn't get that.
Yeah, and just for the record, I kind of was at least partially in that camp once before. Like, I mean, it is kind of a matter of your wife's honor, but you still don't attack a guy if it really means that much to you. And frankly, I don't blame you if you should. I'd be pissed if someone made a joke at Tina's expense. I would have a word with them backstage, like, and I'd
pull him to the
I'd just
side
like,
and be
hey,
like, look, don't do that.
Yeah, that not cool, man. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I if it was me and if I had a partner, again, that's the thing that you talk about behind the scenes, because even whichever stance it is, if like say Chris Rock made a massive like fuck you type thing and like embarrassed me and my partner, me going up and slapping is an instant way of my career is going to be over, where people are going to be talking about me all the time. And we're talking about this now, and the slap happened maybe last year, a long time ago, to the point where it was like the joke wasn't even a bad one. And you even found it, Will found it funny. But the thing is, like, you would just say, maybe like shout, be like, oh, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, and then that's it. You don't say it, you don't do anything else, because regardless of how you look at it, people are going to be like, oh, now we hate Will Smith. It's going to affect his career because.
Sorry, you first.
I was just going to say, like, it just gets to the point where, yeah, like, you're going to look bad regardless of like anything, not even you're just going to look bad.
Right.
So I think it just irritates me so much. And again, I think Will Smith could have handled it 10 times better. And the fact, again, like having that, like, here's an Oscar, you've done really well.
I mean, like, at the same time, the right thing to do is to pull him aside. And if anybody ever talks about it later, you can just say on social media at one point, Chris and I had that conversation. That's between, I was not happy when he made that joke, but I pulled him aside. I talked with him. That's between him and us. We handled it like grown-ups.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You don't throw a tantrum like a damn 5-year-old.
Exactly.
I mean, if they really wanted to, pull this as this is, I like the joke, it was funny, I would have been Will Smith and went up on stage, put my arm around Chris and said, I get that was funny, but keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Okay, bud? And walk away.
Right.
Again, though, not when he's on stage. I mean, like, the joke's done. What are you going to do at that point? Like, just wait till his thing's over and do it.
Right. I mean, like I said, we all saw this. Everyone was laughing. He was laughing. As soon as they showed his wife's face, and she had that look of discontent, he got up and he did something. I'm like, so you did that right. So you did that because she got her feelings over a joke that she was probably well aware of, but got offended for it.
I think what it also,
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think what it also kind of adds in is the fact is it's like, oh, Jada can't take a joke. Like, it wasn't even like an insulting joke or anything like that in my eyes anyway. And it just to me personally, it makes me kind of think that she can't take a joke, so people are going to be like, oh, don't say anything about it. You can't even like compliment her, or it makes her look really standoffish. And I think what she's a
narcissist, right?
Yeah, I think also the fact is that she probably turned around to Will and went, if you don't go and do something right now, the world is going to think of you as a joke or something like that, or whatever she said has just sparked it, and he's gone, fuck it, I'm going to go open. But yet again, I think, was it like, you've also had the fact that she has destroyed this man over time. She's gone on like TV on a podcast and gone like, I fucked my my son's best friend,
right,
and while I was with Will, and you're like, that's something,
like,
right?
Ruined that man's life over the course of what, 4 years?
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine, like, on national television or on this thing, you just suddenly hear your partner go like, I banged all these other people, like, I find more comfort in someone. Will doesn't, my partner doesn't do it for me that much. It's going to affect you. And to the point where I think it just gets really bad. Like, I would absolutely hate it. But as soon as that would come out, I would just go up to him and say, right, how can we fix this? What is the difference? I don't know. It just irritates me that Jada's like ruined this man or fucked over this man, and yet she got away like kind of scot-free, and yet his reputation's been ruined because she couldn't take a basic joke.
I mean, honestly, the man can't can't catch a break because what was it? I don't know when Jada's birthday is. I could care less when her birthday is. But like on her birthday, Will posted a bunch of past birthday pictures of her and the president and stuff, basically, celebrating her birthday, talking about how much he loved her and all that stuff and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah, a whole bunch of bullshit.
You first. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all good. So yeah, we'll post all these pictures. What Jada does, she doesn't post any pictures of her and Will on her birthday. She posts a past video of her and Tupac singing Parents Just Don't Understand. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's a bit shit.
I think that, like, she definitely comes across as a nasty person, but the idea of like her giving him the look and telling her to go up there, I mean, like, again, we don't really know what happened. It's not the only explanation, but right now it really does seem like Will Smith did that of his own accord, and that it, like, again, that's he needs to take responsibility for that. And as far as I can tell, he pretty much did. He apologized because at the end of the day,
but it's not making it better.
He doesn't deserve to be punished for the rest of his life for it. That's what I think.
No, it's true. He doesn't, and I think this will blow over. But I think, if this never happens again, if Will turns around and like pops up and says, "Look, I'm never gonna let this happen again. This is 100% never gonna affect me." But I think it's literally what people will still remember is the whole thing is he got rewarded for it. Yeah, again, if it was something like, let's say if it was Harrison Ford and he went up and he just punched someone in the face and then suddenly, his award got taken, it'd be like, well, why was Will Smith allowed to keep his? Right. It's one of those like kind of double standards. The fact is that he got rewarded and then was just like, oh, I'd never, like, I don't condone like violence or anything. Yeah, 5-10 minutes earlier, he went up and slapped him. But then the Oscars never did anything. They never kind of stepped in and went, do you know what? We're going to take that from Will, as like a, what's the word? Like, basically just as in like a punishment, and said like, next year you can apply for this again, or we're going to ban you for 5 years. And then you can come back for an award. And I think in that time, people go, okay, well, he's got 5 years. And he shows that, he's doing all this sort of stuff out of his own back. I think that would be like perfectly fine. But again, at the end of the day, it hasn't happened. And it's just a bit weird. But I mean, I'm all up for forgiving Will, as long as this never, ever happens again. And if it does happen again, then more severe consequences come along for him.
Right, right.
And I think, and again, the point just stands. If you or I did that, we get arrested. Yeah. And he got an Oscar all the same.
Yeah.
That's a privileged thing right there. Pure and simple.
Yeah. I think it also opens up the door of, why are you punishing me, but he got away scot-free? It's one of those things I think is one of the worst things. Like, again, Harrison Ford goes up and slaps the shit out of someone, and it's like, right, we're taking your Oscar. Well, hang on a minute. Will Smith, he got to keep his. The fuck? Oh, okay, now we have to change that. Oh, okay.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It just opens up that, and then I mean, going down the whole rabbit hole, it opens up for for certain words to pop up about it, and it's just like, God damn it, Will. Fucking God damn it, Oscars. The fuck?
Holy shit. Shoot. What was that one movie he just did? Emancipation or whatever. It was on like Tubi or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like during him doing that whole movie, he said, or someone said along the lines like, no one would talk to him like at all. Like no one during the entire production of that film would acknowledge him. Like, just told him to do his job and keep and keep moving.
Yeah, I think it's sad that at least for a very long time, that's all Will Smith's going to be known for right now.
The slapping in.
The slapping in, man.
Yeah. It does suck. I mean, I do generally like Will Smith. I really do. Like, grew up watching him, and he's become a really good actor. But I feel like all of this right now has just proven to the point that, yeah, it's just proven that, that one slip has just fucked him up, and it's gonna take a while before either people forget or it randomly comes up when he's like doing another acceptance speech, like, I would never hurt another man. It's like, didn't you fucking slap the shit out of Chris Rock though? Holy fuck.
I will say this, I am thankful for the memes. The memes were hilarious.
Right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am wondering though, did you guys ever see Chris Rock's stand-up response to what happened?
Yeah.
What'd you think of
Shug
it?
Smith.
Shug Smith, that was good. I kind of had mixed feelings towards it because, I mean, he got in a lot of zingers, and that's what's going to happen when you fuck with a stand-up comic like that, especially
Right.
one as good as him. I just wish like there had been more comedy and less spite in there, because I feel like most of it was just him saying he called Will Smith a bitch.
Yeah.
But even then, the way he says bitch, the way he just puts emphasis on that word, I can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, most of that skit was just to get back at Will for doing what he did to him.
Yeah. I think it is interesting because, again, I think for the amount of time as well that passed, like, Will was probably shitting his pants going like, oh fuck, like what's gonna happen? Am I gonna get sued? Am I gonna get roasted? And I don't know if Chris actually sued Will or anything like that. So
I
I
thought
think
he
he was
did.
going to, but they talked it out.
yeah, could you imagine that? Could you imagine though, for say like a couple of months, that's swinging over your head? Could you imagine that? Like, he's like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna sue me? Is he gonna sue me? Is he gonna roast me? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what the fuck am I gonna do? And it's just like, I'm just gonna roast you. Fuck you.
Like, right.
It's what happens when you fuck with a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
You mess with the bull, you get the fangs.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, it may not be what you deserve, but it's what's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, you don't spar with those people.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's end it on a good note. Does anyone have any good news?
Any good? I got something. I just need a minute. Oh yeah, Halloween. We're in October. We're
Yes.
in October, then November, then December. We're in the best time of the year. It's the holiday clusterfuck, baby.
It's fucking Christmas soon. Fuck, I don't hate Christmas.
You hate having to get ready for it?
No, I worked in retail most of my life.
Oh no.
And I've worked in multiple versions of retail, and it's not the nicest thing. I think it, for me personally, is I absolutely can't stand. I generally can't stand Christmas music. I think it's one of the worst things out there. Like, we don't go that like crazy for it over here. But it's like when you're working in retail and you hear the same Mariah Carey song over and over and over again. It's fucking stupid. I think it's just the
But
like,
Mark, all I want for Christmas is you.
well, you can have me. It's absolutely fine. I think just personally, it's more. I don't mind like spending it with family. I enjoy that. It's just like rushing around out of nowhere. Like, I've got to get all this, got to get all that.
The commercialism, man, it's annoying. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, and the Doctor Who Christmas special is always shit. So
yeah, I hate how like we're expected to travel or like get a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, I hate seeing so many people do that instead of just chilling around a fireplace with your family. Like, it's about togetherness. When did we God? And now it's like, it's still great, but there's just, you see a lot of the ongoing moral decay of contemporary society in it, man. I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think just personally, like I enjoy it to some degree, but I just feel that I think retail workers absolutely get it shat on constantly. And it's not nice. Like they don't get, and like obviously here in the UK we don't go on tips, so only like in restaurants and stuff. So the amount of shit that people get every single year, it just makes me just want to go, but why?
Okay.
When it just comes to Christmas, like I enjoy it for the family element. I really do. I enjoy it a lot. Me personally, I just feel like it's yeah. If you work in retail, I think like you have to give them stuff, like as in like be nice to them and actually be like, I'm not going to shit on you this year, because at the end of the day, it's getting to the point now where I feel that retail workers are just going to say, fuck you. What are you going to do? Just take it to corporate. I'll deny it, and so will my work colleagues. So, yeah.
Yeah, sure. The only thing I just want to get past, like I want to get past October 1st before I even think about fucking Christmas. I was literally at the store yesterday getting something, and like Halloween isn't even here yet, and they're already shelving out the Christmas stuff.
I can do one better for you. We're already having Easter stuff.
Oh Lord, what? What?
I want to say this, just like to encourage a good thing. We need to start spooky season in September, because let's be real, let's be perfectly honest here. We start Christmas in November. Thanksgiving's just halftime, baby.
Yeah.
And Halloween's the other greatest holiday ever. It should get a second month too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah. So I've just done a search for Easter eggs on what our version of Walmart is. So far they're not up there yet. We have Kinder eggs and we have chocolate and stuff like that. But yeah, it's coming. It's a coming. Christmas stuff is out. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh man. So yeah. It's a happening. It's a fucking happening, boys. But yeah, I would much rather have all the stuff come out at Halloween first before anything.
Right.
Like Halloween first before we get into Christmas stuff. It should be a law. It should be a rule. It should be and also maybe a day after, so it's not like, and it's past midnight, get the Christmas stuff out. Fuck that shit.
Right. Right.
It annoys me.
Shoot.
No, I feel that,
Yep.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, at least have the Halloween and Thanksgiving stuff out in October. Like I could care less about that. But don't start forcing me to think about goddamn Christmas in October.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I think we should leave it there. No Christmas in October.
Yeah.
Right.
Christmas in November. That's when it starts anyway.
No, we gotta go back to the Grinch.
That's when it starts anyway, man. It's just how it is. It's just how
God,
it is.
I hate it.
It's what the world does now. I'm not saying it's what I do. It's what the world does.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
So we might as well give Halloween a second month too to even that out.
Yeah. I mean, if we treat it like the Queen of England,
August.
you get 2 days. So she got 2-day birthday.
So Halloween should start in August now.
It should be like every single day.
That's what it is. Well, that bombshell.
But yeah, I think we should leave it on that one.
Thank you guys for joining us today. Catch you nerds later around the globe.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.